I enjoy making every knife that you guys see us post on our pages, but every once in a while one comes across the order bench that I get super excited to finish up. Today I'm working on one of those, and it's going to be an EDC Tanto Damascus steel that's going to get a really cool set of Fordite handles. I have the knife tang laid out on the handle material, and now I'm going to start by cutting it out on the bandsaw. Now that the handles are ready, I'm going to start thinning out the blade and polishing it up to a 400 grit cork belt that I have loaded with green polishing compound. Here's the blade all polished up. I left the flats unpolished because I'm going to be doing a two-tone finish on this one, so I'll just take care of that after the etch. I have an A100 Trizact belt on my flat platen, and I'm just going to run the blade vertically to polish the flats. I let the epoxy cure overnight, and now it's time to get to handle shaping. And now it's time to do a little sharpness test. Earlier we went on Instagram and asked you guys if you had any questions for us to answer in this video, so now I'm going to go through and answer a few of them. The first question comes from Dan Holzmuller, who asks where we get our steel. I get most of the steel from New Jersey Steel Baron, especially like the mono steels like AEBL, and then most of our Damascus we get from Alabama Damascus or other knife makers. The next question comes from zman_72, and he asks how often do you change out belts and what are some good belts to buy for a 2x72 grinder. I don't have a set number of knives that I grind using a single belt. I more go by feeling, and once the belt stops cutting how I want and I feel like I'm losing some control, then I like to switch it out for a new one. But then the little bit duller belts I still use for handle shaping and other tasks like that. And then some good belts to use, I like to use ceramics in 60 grit and 120 grit. And then I like to use scalloped J-Flex belts, especially in 120 grit for handle shaping. and you can get those either from Combat Abrasives or VSM belts I like a lot from True Grit, or any sources like that. The next question comes from AsDaddy, who asks, what is your biggest challenge as a knife maker, and how have you overcome that challenge? I know you asked for one challenge that I've overcome, but I'm going to go ahead and give you two. The first one is more of a technique-based challenge, and that would be bevel grinding. I used to have a lot of trouble keeping the bevel line straight, especially on blade shapes like a cleaver, but I overcame that by practicing a lot and also using fresh belts that help me keep a really nice consistent straight line. The second challenge that I'm still trying to work through is more of a mental one, and that's working on a big batch without losing my mind. And that I'm working on overcoming by remembering that the more work I do now, the less that I'll have to do later. And also, I listen to a lot of podcasts. And that does it for this week's Q&A. Thanks to everyone who sent in your questions, and we're going to try to answer a few of them in each episode of our shop update. If you have any questions that you'd like answered, let us know in the comments section below or send us a message on Instagram. Last week I introduced you guys to the latest addition to our shop, this nice heat treating oven, and today I thought I'd give you a little update on the tools that I got for it and what I plan to use it for. The first piece of equipment I got is this nice little set of tongs that I'll be able to use to take hot knives out of the heat treating oven and put them into the quenching oil. So I can just grab the hot tang and then put it right in the oil. I got two different types of quenching oil for different types of steels. The one on the left is Parks 50, that's going to be used on steels that need a faster quench time. And then the Parks AAA on the right is going to be used on steels that take a slower quench. Since I don't want to melt a plastic bucket filled with oil with my hot knife, I made sure to get some old military surplus ammo cans to use as quench containers. And then I'll just put each type of oil in the different ammo can. I also got a few steels to practice heat treating with. The first one I got is some really simple 1084 high carbon steel. That should be really easy to get a good heat treat on to practice. And I also got some W2 that I'll be able to use to make some really awesome kitchen knives. And I'm going to try to do some hamones using this Satanite clay, which I know looks a little bit suspicious, but I promise you it's only knife making equipment. I'm super excited to get some cool projects going with the new oven, and if you guys have any ideas of knives you'd like to see me make using it, please let me know in the comments section below. One thing I've been working super hard on the last couple weeks is this batch of around 130 AEBL knives. I would have gotten some footage of me grinding those, but it would have literally just been hours of footage of me standing at the grinder with a lot of sparks, and I don't think you guys subscribed to us to see that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Stay sharp.